All right, a beautiful morning to you all out there. How you doing? Hope you're good. I'm good. Thank God we're alive and TGIF. Thank God it's Friday. And you know, Friday in my own country, we love Friday so much, but it begins with the weekend. Thank God it's Friday. And to all our Muslim brothers and sisters, Jumat Mubarak to you. All right, I'm your host on Page Talk, your usual host, your everyday host, your every Friday host, Teresa Adeyemi, aka Tessie, aka Tessie Raleigh. Yes, this day, I'm telling you, we'll be talking about what is trending today. Yes, because I think the hottest story on social media, we have two hottest story now. One, the rape case of Busola, between Busola and Pastor Biodu of Koza, and we have the other one of the senator that maltreated a feeding mother, a married woman. And you know, after all said and done, this senator came out with a press conference. Even some people are saying in the press conference the senator is a drama king that was acting it. They never saw any sign of remorsefulness in him. But I don't know about that because I saw the press conference. I saw it. I won't be showing it. I won't be showing the press conference this morning because time is not always a friend of ours. I have two different guests this morning. And first, now we'll be talking about the rape case between Busola and Pastor Biodo of Koza. We can see a lot of things. You know, when I said it on Lodge Half yesterday, like last 3 days ago, that something is missing in this whole story. We are not getting something. This story lacks something. It lacks something, but I don't know what this story really lacks. I'm not saying I'm supporting Pastor Biodo and I'm not supporting Busola. I'm telling you, this case I'm neutral. But you know, when people hear rape, rape is a very, very bad word. Rape goes with emotional feelings and everything. It goes with emotions. Because when a girl is raped, it's not good. I'm telling you, a lot of people can come out to fight for a lady that claims she's raped. But you see, when a lady says she is raped, you should try to sit down and look at what surrounds this story. There should be a story. Once you say rape, there is always a story. You know, a story that you told me that this man raped you sometimes ago when you guys were in Loring, then it wasn't a church, it was a club. And all the way from Ilorin, you went into Abuja again to become a worker in his church. And after leaving his church, you now have the voice to speak. And again, the way the rape story, I don't even know. Something is not connecting. There's no connection in these stories. That's why we have a lot of people saying different things. And even I spoke with a pastor on phone that is a friend to Pastor Biodo, and he said they have called Timi Dakolo, and he said he must go to court. And going to court for a rape case, you must have an evidence. Now, when you said voice was recorded, you recorded his voice while raping you, then there was no BB phone, there was no BBM. You said you recorded it with BBM voice message. A lot of things is not, I don't know, it's not connecting. I'm not feeling the connection. I know there might be something like rape, but maybe from rape, it now turned out to be a relationship. I don't know. But just like one pastor told me that they were in a relationship, I'm not going to mention the name of the pastor, but I have a guest on set today, this morning, that will be talking. We'll be talking about this rape case, and we'll be looking at it from different angles. We'll be attacking it from different angles, and we're focusing mainly not on rape, but on Pastor Busola, or on Pastor Biodo and Busola's rape case. Good morning, sir. Welcome you to the show on Page Talk with Tessa.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
All right, sir. So, sir, a proper introduction of yourself, sir.
My name is Oladekun Yusuf. I used to work as an investigator with the Pinellas County Sheriff's Office in Florida. I dealt with a lot of rape allegations against children, and I have experience in mental health and overall social services in the U.S.
Okay, thank you very much, sir. You're welcome to Pitch Talk with Tessie once again.
Thank you.
All right, on Pitch Talk with Tessie, sir, I will say it the way it is. That is our slogan. So, sir, let's just go straight to the point without beating around the bush.
Okay.
This rape case between Pastor Biodo and Busola, what's your take on it, sir? Let's take it from there, sir.
Well, let's start with this. First, it hasn't become a case yet, I don't think. Maybe yesterday evening, I started saying that Busola Dakolo filed a case with the Nigeria police. If that case has been taken now, that is a case. Or if that report has been taken, it has become a case when they open an investigation. Right now, what we have from everything that we know so far is an allegation. Allegation of rape from Miss Bukola Miss Busola against Pastor Fatoyinbo. That's what we have now. Once the police opens an investigation, then it becomes a case. Okay. And then from there, we take it on. And me being here, I think I want to shed light on the investigative process of the case or of the allegation. Okay. You know, it takes 2 or 3 more people for an allegation to come up. This situation, Miss Busola alleged that so and so happened between her and
Pastor Biodun.
Pastor Biodun. Okay. And as you noted, that over time, this allegation happened in the Ilorin, and so far time has elapsed. Again, I'm not saying that there should be any limitation on reporting case or rape case or any case, because it becomes a psychological issue. The victim has to feel confident. I'm not going to come on here and tell you that why did she wait so long or why did it take? No, that's not even what we'll be talking about or what we should be talking about. And more so, you know, in the African context or maybe in some areas too, we tend to blame the victim. That why did you do this or why did you do? No, only one person, or let me put it this way. Rape is committed by one person, the rapist. We shouldn't in any way blame the victim. However, this is what I've been trying to get people to understand all this time. Just because somebody said, I was raped, does not mean that that person was raped. Let's investigate an allegation of rape or the allegation of rape and find out what really happened. One, I will empathize with the victim or the alleged victim that, okay, you were raped. Ma'am, can you sit down and let's talk about it? She has given some information in her interview. I've listened to some of them, but that was not an investigation. That was just her talking about what happened. By the time she sits down with an investigator or somebody like me, I will be asking specific questions. I will be going through this situation minute by minute, hour by hour, from what she could remember. And pardon me, ladies and gentlemen out there, there are some things in those stories that are not adding up for me.
That's what I'm saying. Something is missing.
On both sides. Something is
yeah.
not. I'll give you just one example. She wasn't specific of how old she was when the incident occurred. She said between 16 and 17. But at the same time, you said it was on a Monday. I mean, I'm serious here. You were not aware or you were not sure of how old you were when this thing occurred. But you remembered it was a Monday. I'm going to be sitting down and asking you, why do you remember that it was on a Monday? There's got to be a reason that you remember that it was a Monday. And this person, this pastor, allegedly walked into the room from the interview she gave, walked into the house, a big duplex, they said, and then the incident really happened. There must have been a conversation of where's your mom, where's your dad? Okay, we know that the mom and the sister traveled, but there was another sister in the house. Did Pastor Biodun know that? Did Pastor Biodun know that they didn't have an housemaid or somebody that could have come from any part of the house while he was doing that? I mean, there must have been a conversation between the two of them before this thing happened. All that an investigator will need to know. And of course, I don't want to focus on hers alone. Let me go on to Pastor Biodun's denial too. Okay. Pastor Biodun said, I've never raped anybody in my life and stuff. No, that's not what we are talking about. Have you raped Busola?
It's a simple question.
It's a simple question. Not anybody.
Yes or no?
Yes or no. And if I were to be writing his denial or be part of his team, what we'll be addressing is Pastor Biodun either knows where she lived or didn't know where she lived. Pastor Biodun went to the house or never been to the house. They need to address specific things in that allegation. But the general, I've never raped anybody in my life, that too didn't sound kosher to me. So, like you said, a lot of questions.
So, sir, no, we don't really have much time on our side. What do you think is the way forward, sir? What do you think we should expect from all this?
A proper
From your own
investigation.
experience.
A proper investigation. My advice for the police will do their own investigation. But if I were Pastor Biodun, I am my own investigators too. And I believe being the victim, Ms. Dakolo might get our own team or work with the police team. But Pastor Biodun should get an investigative team to look at things that happen. And then at that point, by the time he goes to talk to the police or after having spoken with them the first time, they'll probably invite him again. He will need to go with a lawyer and go with information that his team have figured out. There should be like talking to everybody and anybody that knows these people.
But you know, Busola parents and sisters and families are not even saying anything.
That is something that we should wonder why. It's not necessarily, something that means much, but you have to ask why. Why are they not being supportive? Or we don't know if they are supportive or not, but their silence, it should be telling. When the silence like that, that's what you call a loud silence, because you hear it but you don't hear it.
All right, thank you very much, sir. So, sir, what do you have to say to all? So, because I told you I was on here with some girls, like teenagers, and they were telling me a lot of things. They're still teenagers, they're not even married. Some are saying their parents, they can't even confide in their mom, because when they tell their mom that this is what happened to them, their mom, one even gave me an example. She was being molested by the guard, by the security guard. And when she reported to the people she was staying with, them, they called the security guard. The guard said it's a lie, that you didn't do anything like that. And some are like, I can't even tell my mom. One girl even said it on her that she was being molested and she just kept it to herself. And that it was the first time she was sharing it in her life. A teenager, university student. How do you think we can curb all this? I don't know. Parents.
Two things that I will say about that is we live in a society, not only in African culture, but the global society, that rape victims are not believed most times, or people don't know how to handle that. You tell your mom that you are raped or your aunt, they just want to hush it up. No, don't let get this out, because you're not going to get a husband down the road if somebody knew you are raped or whatnot. So that one is a thing that we need to go beyond. And another thing is when it comes to investigating rape, not just anybody, even the Nigerian police force, do they have a sexual victim team? You call this thing forensic interview. Not just the policeman that is going to interview an armed robber will be interviewing a rape victim. You have to be sensitive. You have to empathize. You have to sit down. They have to trust you to be able to tell you things. Not only the police situation, but at home too. We have a lot of victims out there. And I would tell you as a man and a lot of men, if we're going to look at the definition of rape, most of us would be very, very guilty. Most of us will be very, very guilty. At what point did your girlfriend say, "Oh, baby, let's have fun"? But then at some point she said, "Stop, I'm tired." But how many of us will stop? So at that point, it becomes unconsented. She has withdrawn the consent that she gave to you by the time you were kissing and stuff like that, and you want to go beyond that. And she said, "Oh, baby, no, I don't want to do this." But the minute you start doing it more, and you are guilty of sexual assault or rape down the road.
Thank you very much, sir. So good to have you on Pitch Talk with Tessie, and I'm hoping to bring you on here again very soon.
Thank you very much.
All right, thank you
Nice
very
to
much.
meet you.
All right, it's the Pitch Talk with Tessie. All right, and we'll be back. I'll be back with my next guest after this break. Don't touch that dial. I'll be back.
It's all long gone. It's all long gone. It's all long.
Sounds like
I used to be the new kid on the block. I used to be the new kid on the block, but it's all long gone. All long gone. I used to be the new kid on the block. I used to be the new kid on the block. Now I'm rolling with the big dogs, setting all the few rules. Big body, the music, it's all long gone. Man, it's all long gone. It's all long gone. Woo. I said it was all long gone. We used to be in the dirt, we used to be in the woods, we used to be in the ghetto. Right now in the spotlight, we used to be in the streets, we used to be in the road, in the rain. But right now in the spotlight, and now I pull up in a Beamer, I'm chillin' with the bomber. Cause you know, right now I'm in the spotlight. I got baby Ozu by my side. Nigga, what you saying now, man? I got the damn switch to the spotlight. Switch to the spotlight. Turn it up, turn it up. I used to be the new kid on the block. I used to be the new kid on the block, but it's all long gone. All long gone. I used to be the new kid on the block. I used to be the new kid on the block. Now I'm rolling with the big dogs, setting all the few rules. It's all long gone. Man, it's all long gone. It's all long gone. I said it's all long gone. I'm rolling with the big dogs, chillin' with the. Right now, nigga, setting out a new trend, setting out a. The big dog, they're setting up the new trends, we're bringing up the new rules, yeah. Bringing up the new rules, Big man, the deep music, what is it now? Going up to the top now. Screw.
Alright, welcome back. Yes, that song, The New Kid on the Block, is on YouTube now. You can download it, and you can go to mynotjustok.com and you can download it as well. I tell you, the song is hotter than fire, it's trending Trending. Remember, I love what is trending. Whatever is trending is what I do. Download the New Kid on the Block on YouTube. Just type the New Kid on the Block and you're going to get it. And you can go to mynotjustok.com. I think I'm right. Yes, you download it there too. All right, yes, and this morning I have a young entrepreneur in the house with me. I'm telling you, he has a story to tell. I listened to his story and I was like, wow, this is an inspiring stories. The youth needs to listen to this. The people that believe in quick money, you need to watch this. You need to just listen to him and listen to his story. And it's a very popular person. If you go to Apapa, just say SMS. Only one SMS. He said this is the Ojinga one. The Ajinga one. Oh yeah?
The Ojingaji.
The Ojingaji one. I have Chief Stanley.
The Ojingaji one.
The Ojingaji one.
The Ezenganga one.
The Ezenganga one. Oh, that title for no be
I'm telling you.
No be Yes, good morning.
Yeah, morning.
You're welcome to the show, Pitch Talk with Tessie. On Pitch Talk, we like saying it the way it is. So I want you to do a proper introduction of yourself, though.
Oh, my name is AKA Stanley Amobi Aleuchi, the Ojingaji one, the Apiti one, the Oba Pay Something one.
Oba Pay Something.
Oba Pay Something. The man that opened something.
The man that opened something. That's a very good one. All right, that name SMS, what's the meaning? Because it's very, very popular. It's loud though.
Yeah.
SMS is so loud.
Yeah, XMX actually is my company name.
Okay.
You know, so sometimes people will say, what's the meaning of XMX?
I used to think it's short message service. Or
yeah, is it like text message or something?
Yeah.
But it's the full meaning is Syria Maritime Services.
Oh.
Yeah, Syria Maritime Services. Because I'm into full maritime.
Maritime.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a very good one. All right, now, you know, that day that we were at your office, you told me a lot of inspiring stories. And I was like, people need to listen to this story.
Yeah.
I want you to tell us where it all started from. Your story.
Yeah. You see, it's a long story anyway, but I'm going to cut it short. My story, I want to use this time to tell our young youths that sometimes it's good to labor, it's good to work hard. We all, I believe everybody have stories to tell.
Yeah.
You know, everybody have stories to tell, good, whatever it is, you know. Well, it all started like, I've been in this business, I've been in the maritime sector for about 18 years now, you know, and it all started in Apapa, you know, the wharf. I used to be one of those boys that goes to wharf to, you know, look for my daily bread, you know. I go to Alaba then, pick up some CDs, you know, take some CDs they give me on credit. I go to the ship side, you know, I talk to the white people inside the ship that I have some CDs and that. They say, CDs, there are people they call the gangways.
Is it hip-hop CDs?
Yeah, hip-hop CDs and all these hip-hop CDs and all these American movies too, you know, that. Yeah, American movies, action films,
movies, yeah.
And then, you know. So I take them on board. There's what they call the gangwaymen, which are the security on board. I will plead with them. I say, please, I have some CDs I want to sell to these white people. They are sellers, you know. So they permit me, I go on board and I transact this business with them. I did 1, 2, 3, like, let's say for some time, like 6 months, selling the CD, and sometimes they're just like, oh, Stanley, I want to go out to town, you know. Then Apapa used to be, you know, then we have a good, everything was actually, you know, good because the vessels was coming in, you know, importation and that was really, not now that the vessels are no more here because of 1 or 2 issues, sea pirates or whatever, you know. So most of them now, they instead of coming here, Lagos, they go to Lome or other places. So then, when I meet them, they say, Stan, can you take us to the city? Because most of these sailors, they actually spend most of their time at sea, you know. Some of them 1 year, 2, they haven't seen
A lot
whole
of
lot of
things,
people like
yeah.
that. So when they come, they say, so I will not take them, to out to the disco hall and that, where they have fun they so much like it. But the most important thing is I want to put my personality in place, because before taking them out, the captain or the gangway will say, Stan, we are trusting these people to you. We don't want anything to happen to them, like that. And fine, I've always been a honest person, because I know where I am today is my honesty. And I want to encourage everybody also to have that trust. Anything you're doing, you should let people trust you. It will really boost you in everything you're doing. So we go out, we come back, they start introducing me to other people. When the other vessel will come, they say, no, this one, there is one man, his name is Stanley. Once you go to Lagos, you have to call him, So from there, my name and my number start going different countries and that. So we see that I was busy, at least I can put things, the table, I was having some, dollars, like that from them.
Okay, they were always paying in dollars.
Yes, they pay in dollars and that. So one day, a captain came, my phone rang, and the captain was like, sorry, are you Mr. Stanley? I said, yeah. He said, we are Tinkan Port. I went there. They said, okay, from there, can you supply vegetables? Can you do this? Because I also did chandling, That was from CD. I sold CD, I sold granite inside Wharf, Tinkan Wharf, Apapa Wharf. Even that time when police will arrest us entering port without port pass, then you understand me. But actually, when they hold us, at the end of the day, they will leave us, because they know that these people are just looking for what to, eat. They know that after their investigation, they know it is. So from there, I started chandling. The man told me, he said, can I supply provisions, vegetables? We used to get it at my 12. Okay. I have customers at my 12. I'll now call them. I'll supply them every day. I make sure that all the things I supply was so fresh, other things like that. And from there, they start recommending me to their home office in Greece, US, Canada, Australia, like that. So they started calling me from their home office. They sent me a mail. That was how I started the chandling. So I graduated from the granite seller,
oh my God.
from granite seller to CD seller, then to chandling, proper chandling. Then how I now got to the oil and gas I'm doing today. Then from there, I got to know some of them, and they say, Stanley, you are doing this. Why you are doing this? Okay, we have some, they call it Arobi. We have some Arobi, we have this, we can, do that. I said, okay, why? I can take it. That was how I started from that Arobi. They give me the remnant on board. They call it remnant on board, Arobi. So some of them used to throw it at sea when they are going. So they now said, okay, instead of throwing it, that I can supply provision, then we can do like exchange. Trade and barter. So that was how we started, and we did that. My first one I did, I got some, nice fund. I was like, oh God, you see how God was just taking me from step to step, and later on, the thing was coming, still, giving me connections from here. So I stopped the wharf, coming to wharf, because it was actually tough, Nigeria, the police and everything, when they see you, you must tip, you must want to, So I start now meeting them at sea. When they come, they will call me, So I now went, register my company as a ship chandler, with the association is in Apapa. So I now registered it to make it more, legalized, so that the authorities will not, come after me. So I had my license to supply vessels on board. So when I start dealing with the oil, I just look at it as, okay, what I did again, I have to go and register with DPRO, register with Limasa, do all the necessary documents that backed me for this job. So at the time, the truth is, what I'm just trying to say is the young youth today, so you see that some of them are not ready, you understand me, to go through, you know, the low process. They just want to hit it there and blow, you understand me. And my advice is good, one, to let people trust you if you're doing business. Once people trust you, I mean, the sky is your limit. You know, wow. I never wanted. I also had some friends that they come there when the white men give them money, they can exchange. You know, they have some fake dollars. They can exchange that, and at the end of the day, when you do this thing, you are only cutting your tag. You understand me? Because when you do it today, the man will travel and the man will know that money is fake. For that, you are out of the business. You understand me? But most of them don't know that. You know, sometimes you see them, they still go there, make huge amount of money, but I'll be looking at, why are you doing like this? I find out that most of those people that they change that money for, when the vessel will come, like sometimes like after 1 year, they will not call those guys again. They will not call me. You know, so those guys will like, they will just hear that, your captain came, but he called Stanley, you understand me, and they gave Stanley some business. You understand me? So this is how all these things work. You need to be honest in what you're doing. Honesty is very, very good. So after then, and so much, thank God, that is a very, very big story that if I start it here, we will not end it. But the most important part of it is today, I thank God for His favor upon my life. You know, as I'm sitting here, I'm at least an owner of 2 vessels out of these stories I have given, proper operating, Limasa, every document that you can think of, by the special grace of God, I have them. You know, when even I go to take product, we do our NHQ, we do all those things from Abuja, the stamp, a whole lot of things. Though the oil and gas marine sector is not the way it used to be. A whole lot of things is becoming so tight, but fine. I think also the president is trying to make sure everybody pass the right door. Okay. You know, which the fact that he's still tight, well, he's still trying to, you know, make things, you know, good for other people too. So I wouldn't say he's actually doing bad, but I think it's also affecting the oil sectors and whatever. But I think the good part of it there is let's just follow the right channel. That's what he is trying to do. Okay. That everybody should follow the right channel. You understand me? So that things will be properly done. And I think I also want to chip in one thing, that even that right channel, they should try also to make that right channel for people that are legit to get it as soon as they want it. Because like you see, when you have a job today, your vessel you want to supply is in Anchorage, maybe the vessel came from maybe let me say like Australia, you understand me, you want to pick product here in Lagos. And at the time, you people have time. They're giving you like, okay, I'll get to Lagos Anchorage like on Thursday. And when you apply for this NHQ, you understand me, because you want to follow the right to do process, you understand, which is going to get to the Abuja for proper documentation that will, you know, give you authority for the 2 vessels to come alongside officially. You understand me? But it is so slow, you understand me? Before they sign it and everything, you see that vessel have waited and the vessel have gone. And now you have also paid money for this vessel. You have paid money for it. So before they finish that signing, you have lost that vessel. So that is most area the thing is affecting us, seriously.
So what do you think can be done? What do you think the government can do?
Yeah, I think the government, especially the top people in Abuja, should look into it, in as much as they want to make the oil and gas sector a genuine one for people to follow the due process. They should also fasten that due process. You understand me? They should make it, you understand me, fasten it so that those people will not have any mind to now want to pass the back door. Because when you make the process, that the new, the genuine process tight for people, you are also giving them that mind to go and pass the back door. You understand me? And if you're really fighting not to pass the back door, you should make this one open. Okay. You understand me?
Okay.
For people that are ready to work legitimately. You understand? So that's the challenges we are having in the sector now. But by the grace of God, no matter how it is, the favor of God will always come to His children.
Yeah.
No matter how tight it is, the grace of God will always come, and God will always make a way, for His children. So that is
all this work we've been talking about. How do you unwind? How do you relax? It's all about work.
Okay, yeah. The thing is, what I do for fun, like how I relax. I'm a biker. So I use that sometimes to chill myself. Okay. I belong to a biker named Bad Gang.
Bad Gang? That means you guys are bad?
No, we are not bad.
Okay.
Yeah, the Bad Gang means bikers with attitude and determination.
Oh.
Yeah, that is the bad. But when people say, "Oh, bad gang,"
Bad gang.
Even my son asks me, "That is bad gang." I say, "No, it is not that." You understand me?
It's not that bad.
Yeah, it's no. It's bikers with attitude
and determination. Okay.
Because is where we as bikers we gather, cool off our stress. We visit also charity homes.
Okay.
We try to reach out to people. You follow us on Instagram as well too. You see, bikers, Bad Gang, Bad Gang. So I enjoy riding. Most times I ride outside the state. I've ridden to Abuja, Calabar.
With your bike?
Yeah, it's fun with bike.
Okay.
This is part of how I cool myself. I'm an adventurer. I like adventures.
Okay.
I like adventures, and also I like traveling as well. I create time for myself, 1-2 weeks. Go to good places. When you walk, monkey let it not be that monkey they walk, bamboo. You understand? Yeah. So sometimes when you walk, you also have to fix yourself and make yourself happy because you are the one that is walking. So I like traveling, not just traveling. Travel, go to good places, have good fun. If you follow me on Instagram, xmx_marine, when you see my pictures, you know that yes, I create time for myself, to have good fun, And I also do the boat cruise as well.
Okay. When you say boat cruise, what do you mean boat cruise?
Yeah, like I have a small boat. Most times Sundays, Saturdays, when I'm free to relax the brain, take me to the beach. Sometimes I might close from office, maybe around 6-7. I call my captain, let's roll on the boat, have some juice, just slowly. That time, the weather is cool for you to receive some fresh air to penetrate inside the brain, to cool the brain, so that's how I, so that's how I relax, So it's just it's God, it's God. This country, I tell you, is also the stress all over, and we just need to take time to give ourselves some good treat as well.
All right. Now, looking back from where you're coming from, I know there are some people you would love to appreciate today. I want you to appreciate them. Who are those people? You want to say a big thank you to for what's been there for you?
Yeah, first of all, I want to appreciate God. I want to thank Him because He has been there, honestly, He has been there from the beginning of this story it is just God. It is God. And I also want to say a big thank you to my senior guards in the business. These are people that I learned from, and they what they do, I followed their footsteps. Like they have Captain Olu, we'll have Engineer Lade, because he also accommodated me in his office. I was using his office when I was starting like this. He gave me the conference hall to use. So when I come, I use the conference hall, But he is no more in the business for now. I think he has relocated, but anywhere he is, I want God to bless him, because God used him also to raise me. I want to say a big shout out to my friend Captain Fode. He's a very amazing guy. He's cool. He's a very amazing guy. He's this guy that is straightforward when it comes to the business. Sometimes I ask him when I say, Fode, how can we do this? He said, okay, let's do it like this, let's do it like this. So I want to say thank you to him. And I want to say thank you also to my lovely wife. She has been so wonderful. She is a prayer warrior. Beside the successful man, there is, so she has been so lovely. She has been good. Prayer, even when I know sometimes I'm weak in one way or the other, but her prayers supersede, her prayer, make us. I want to say thank you also to my lovely children, Peculiar and David. I love you all. I want to say, okay, thank you also to the Bad Gang also. Yeah, it's Screech and Major Show is our president. Okay. Bad Gang. They are also cool. They are lovely. These are people we all stay together and why not, I want to say thank you to all my friends and people that have also imparted in my life one way or the other. I cannot mention, but I love you all. They are great. They are great.
All right, so on the final note, what do you have to tell the youth of nowadays? I want you to fast them.
Oh, yeah. The youth of nowadays, I just want to chip in something that we shouldn't believe that it must come fast. They always want to do it fast. You understand me? They don't believe that there is a process in all these things. That there is a process. You go, you walk. Because when you walk, you will receive. You understand me? So my advice for them is they should take time. They should slow down. They shouldn't believe that sometimes when you leave step 1 and go to step 5, you come back. And before you come back, it's late. That's why you see some of them today. Tomorrow, they are driving big car. Next tomorrow, they are done. You understand me? Because they didn't follow the due process. So my advice for them is, please, the youth of Nigeria, try to make sure you follow the due process in everything you do and be honest. Honesty is very important. Trust is very important. When you're dealing with somebody, let that person have trust in you. Before you know it, the person is going to connect you. And what you think, they don't believe that I want to sell this thing and make small profit, and you don't know that when you sell it, make profit in a month, you have good profit. They just want to grab this one, this 10 million, let me grab it, and they close that road. They don't know that by the time you take it, 500 or 1 million profit from there. In 1 month, how much is it? It's more than that. You understand me?
You just want to grab.
You just want to grab. So a lot of them now, they just want to grab that money. So I pray that God should also intervene in our youth. Thank you very much.
All right, SMS, it was good having you on Preach Talk with Tessie. Thank you so much. Thanks for coming, and I know you're still going to come back again for something else.
Thank you very much.
All right, the Pictures Brutality with you, girl Teresa Adeyemi. Join me same time next week. It's time for me to go. Join me same time next week, only on MITV. Be good to yourself, and remember, the greatest peace in life is minding your own business. Till I come your way again next week. Don't drink while driving. Don't drive while drinking. If you want to play, you have to play safe. Remember that. It is a goal. Till I come your way again next week. Bye-bye.